own hips.
You find yourself watching these amazing performers and you're just in awe of them.
And the fact
then
that
you realise that you're actually meant to be doing something.
It's Julie Walters.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like you're standing there going, oh my God, she's right there.
I've actually been calling them the Pitifuls in real life as a joke, which probably hasn't helped their confidence.
So I found the first couple of weeks when we started doing things, they'd say a line, we all roar out laughing, and we'd say a line, it'd be...
Silence.
Oh, okay, shit, how...
It's so true.
Just take a step forward.
The reason they're in the corridor is that they're not famous enough to be allowed into the rehearsal room. No, it's just that they're determined to make this as good as it can be, particularly Jenna.
My dad died when I was 17, but he was never around before then. And she paid for dance classes, singing lessons, drama classes, National Youth Theatre. It actually cost in total my mum about £35,000. She's the most incredible woman. I swear, see, I am going to cry. I just so want to make her proud, you know.
Yes, I'll stay.
Oh, that's Julie coming into the wrong room. Usual menopause madness, because she's supposed to be 2 floors up getting ready to do a photo shoot. Because this is our other job, to publicise the show. You know, when I was in nativity plays in the infants, everybody just told their mum and that was a full house. But now we all have to do television and radio and newspapers.
Wick.
Oh, crikey.
Enough eating this on there is. No, that's right.
She's very wary of heat, Julie, because of the menopause. She doesn't want to set off a hot flush. I find it quite handy on these chilly mornings. I can always warm my hands at Julie. That's Chrissy, our makeup designer. She's in charge, not just of makeup, of everything. We've worked together for 20 years, and she is the second glamorous blonde to have emerged from Bury in Lancashire. The first, of course, being Peter Skellen.
Can you vouch for this man?
I'm getting makeup today because it's a cover. Magazine covers are really good things to get, and today we're doing the cover of Support Stocking Monthly, or as it's known in the trade, the Radio Times. The idea for this shoot is that Julie's Mrs. Overall and I'm the Queen of Comedy. Queen Victoria. Do you get it?
Yes, she doesn't know. It's all come
The
out.
funniest thing to me is that our photographer today is the old babe magnate, Lord Lichfield, who is a perfectly normal, nice, middle-aged person, but somehow has a sort of Austin Powers, Carnaby Street groovy baby aura about him. And the idea of him very seriously pointing his long lens at Mrs. Overall with her hairnet and wrinkly stockings just makes me die laughing.
I think so, yes. You're
That's the crown.
Yes, the throne, that's right. Yeah, I think that's what
Of
it
your
is.
handbag.
Yes.
I'll get your
Yes,
beeswax.
you get it.
And I think
You
that's fair.
understand?
We've got Lord Lichfield, of course.
Of course.
I
yes.
see, it makes
He's
sense.
taken all the other royals. So.
Yes. You can see them too much, can't you? They're too white.
I love Mrs. Overall. She's had a hard life. In fact, she did die once. She choked on her own macaroon. But luckily, because Acorn Antics is a soap, she didn't have to stay dead. In the next episode, she was just alive again.
Yes.
Ready to shoot.
Here we
I
go.
know.
I feel like Britt Eklund.
Victoria, I can only see one of your pretty feet. It would be nice to see both. Cross them over. I think it's nice. That's it. That's a nice touch. Okay. Lovely. Okay, lovely. You can't move your head at all, can you?
Now, him in the corner is Neil. I won't give his full name. He doesn't want any publicity. What does he do? He's in charge of publicity.
The PR job for Victoria is enormous. Obviously, she's very, very pressurised anyway during the rehearsal period. She needs to be in there 24/7, working with Trevor Nunn and the cast to make sure that we've got a great show. At the same time, I need her to do interviews. I have to pull her out of rehearsals, quite often, you know, at key moments. So it's really, really tough, particularly when at the back of her mind, she's worrying about rewrites, script changes, casting, that kind of stuff.
I'm quite happy to talk to the press. I don't see the point of being poncy about it. We need to sell the show. And they're very friendly, most of them. The only problem is combining your interview with your soup. The Radio Times was fine, that was cream of vegetable. But the Daily Mirror, Onion, could have handled it better. Had to change my jumper afterwards.
Are you all right?
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
I haven't done This Morning since it was Richard and Judy, and I was on with a man who'd been wrongfully imprisoned for murder, and Judy asked him the very probing question that while he was in prison, had he lost weight? Now Richard and Judy have moved themselves to tea time, and it's now Fern Britton and Philip Schofield. And who knows, next time I do it, it could be David Blunkett and Lizzie from Wife Swap. But it's all a bit mad here, because while you're waiting in the waiting room to go on and be on it, they've got one of their cameras in there, and you already are on it.
Got to do it when I come home tonight. Got to put his suit on.
Victoria Wood on finally fulfilling her lifetime ambition. And we say good morning to her. Good morning, Victoria.
Morning, Fern.
How are you?
I'm all right, actually. How are you?
I'm all right.
Good.
What are you eating?
Satsuma.
Oh, good. We'll see you in a minute.
Vitamin C, very healthful.
Okay.
Bye.
See you in a minute.
Put 30p in the pot, please. They're not free.
I get lost.
Thank you.
Now I've eaten their Satsuma, I have to do the interview.
Good morning.
Nice to
All
see
right,
you.
thank you.
How's the show going?
It's going very well, thank you.
Miss Berta! Hello, Mrs. O. How's widowhood treating you? One mustn't grumble. I sometimes think being widowed is God's way of telling you to come off the pill. Still the same, Mrs. O.
The fabulous Acorn Antiques, which is now transformed and taken into the theatre and become a musical. And she's apparently fulfilled a lifetime ambition of writing a musical. Is that true, Victoria?
Well, last
Oh dear, all ability to answer a straight question has suddenly left me. God, I'm glad that's over. She's a tough interviewer, that Fern Britton. I'd been warned she might ask me my favourite colour, but lucky number. Just went blank.
Take Victoria to our car.
Ow, that's my foot. Now, Julie, last year, was given a special award by the British Academy of Film and Television Arts, BAFTA. And this year, they've said they're going to give me one. And we're going to finish the whole award ceremony with Julie and the rest of the cast doing a number from the show. And I'm much more excited than I look. Don't worry, those are their costumes, not their own clothes. They've had to get changed in a hotel about 8 miles away. There's no room for them, and they have to stand in the bar watching the show because there's nowhere else to wait. But they seem quite at home there. And I'm sitting around the back with Chrissy, in case I suddenly go red and have to be powdered down. They are such a great company. They don't moan, they've come in on what's supposed to be their day off, and they never stop rehearsing.
We'll send you happy and glorious. Don't stop, the taps tick tock.
And now we're all settling into our new home, the Theatre Royal Haymarket, second oldest theatre in the West End after Drury Lane. You know, there are more shows wanting to come into London than there are theatres to put them in, so we're especially happy and grateful to have ended up here. And it's beautifully looked after. Even if you don't like the show, you'll love the lavatories. This is a big day. After 5 weeks of just rehearsing with the piano, we get to sit with the band and for the first time get an idea of what the show's going to sound like in the theatre. We're all squashed into the champagne bar because the Haymarket usually does plays, not musicals, and the orchestra pit needs clearing out. It's still full of Maggie Smith's old cocktail frocks or some such.
The nature of the score is so diverse. There's so many different musical elements in it, from Baroque opera. To disco, to 1920s cafe music, and to Showtime music. It's a great chocolate box full of all sorts of different flavours and tastes, and I think that's part of the appeal of the score.
You can buy any Warner Special Edition DVD from a great range of over 30 titles and get another absolutely free. Available now.
In a real Italian pizzeria, the pizza has rich toppings and a crispy, thin base. And that's exactly how Pizza Ristoranti is. Wherever you are, Ristoranti, the pizzeria taste. Ristoranti by Dr. Oetker.
In the kitchen, he was the boss. But now...
Listen to the governor.
Al Murray's the landlord.
F is for food, mate. Wash your mouth out, you filthy... We the British are like sensible, normal, down-to-earth people.
An audience with Al Murray next Saturday, 9:15, ITV1.
Very good. Okay, and we're going to go straight on until after the moment of Celia's first line. Okay?
The answer is, especially with a musical, probably with a musical more than anything else, there can only be one voice ultimately that is in charge.
Okay. Spectacular. Neil, you have to come in from the other side.
Ah, that side.
If you're walking past the window during the Mrs. Overall line, we get total split focus. So therefore, if you come the other way...
A director is in charge of focus. What happens with a movie or with a television program is that editing or choice of shot can tell the watching audience, this is the most important thing. We're now going to close-up. On stage, it's absolutely vital that 1,500 people in the audience all look in the right place at the right moment, and it's the equivalent to the close-up.
The cash is in the sight, but you'll get what you seek when you find the one true heart that is Acorn Antics.
Oh, I felt like Ted Rogers then.
Oh, Miss Butter and Miss Babs, has one of you got crabs? I said you should get jabs, or is it all a joke? And fun at me you poke, is this but girlish larking?
What you saw me a drama I would make tea. There must be something more. Some Barry bodies and a lemonade. Take the antics and build a barricade.
Okay, very good, very good, very good, very good.
Sometimes I observe their relationship. It's almost symbiotic.
What's it called?
And then he has to present.
They've worked with each other so often that as Victoria approaches Julie, Julie will look up and go, yeah, and she, it's like mind reading. She can read what Victoria's going to say to her, or Julie will go to Victoria and say, do you think I need a, and Victoria is preparing to provide the missing thing for Julie, and they know each other so well. They're in each other's imagination.
Now, in the interval, the audience's biggest problem will probably be working out how to get the little ice cream spoon out of the lid, but stage management, wardrobe and wigs will have other concerns.
The biggest nightmare we've got on this is actually going to be the interval. The show is very definitely in two halves, so the first half of the show is all fairly straightforward and quite a simple set. The second half of the show is where we build the antiques shop for Acorn Antiques, and that's an entire set in itself, so it's absolutely massive. So while all the audience are out the front sort of having an ice cream and a drink and sort of saying, oh, hasn't it been great fun, back here will be absolute bedlam.
Some people are going to go into wigs that they never have before, so they have to be prepped, they have to have pin curls, stocking caps. Some people have already had wigs on, then they have to change their wigs. Mics have to come off, mics have to come on. And I've got 15 minutes to do 8 people, and generally, conservative estimate, 5 minutes each wig.
She's got a dodgy clasp. There is only 3 dressers, and there's 21 people changing. So it's a bit sort of mad, you know, everybody's up and down the stairs. I'm just squeezing through, sorry.
Oh, do you remember I was trying to write a number for Mr. Clifford, Duncan? I was playing it before. Well, it's in. It's Duncan Preston's Nightmare, a dance solo. Steady. And finally, these shots are being taken to go with the reviews. Because our musical opens tomorrow. So we better rehearse our bows, because we'll probably get some applause. Well, Jenna's mum will be clapping. I've just got time to whip round the dressing rooms, make sure everybody's okay.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah?
all right. Yeah. I'm nearly fan dozy.
Nearly, just the fan. Oh, great.
That was Jeanette Cranky to come to cheer Hilary on.
Harsh notes.
Oh, never.
Never.
Just get it right.
Dunk! You got your clothes? Oh, you're in your leathers already.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling fantastic.
Oh, good, good. Your nose is running. Are you in, MP? It's Vic.
Now, I've forgotten my new line. What is it?
Oh, God.
Something
it was...
about, this is... I don't see a word that's anything to do with Acorn Antiques.
That'll do.
That'll do, won't
That'll
it?
do, yeah. As long as you say Acorn Antiques at the end.
Yes, it's, yeah. And then apparently Sean said, I said, I don't see any word anything to do with Acorn Antiques, do you?
What?
Very polite, and then common as much.
Cheers, my dear.
Cheers.
Enough, knock, knock. Hello. You got your clothes on? Oh, that body. I know mine's supposed to be like a real body. Oh, they're buttoned. Your breasts are buttoned.
Yes, they're buttoned. They were full of birdseed.
Yeah, to give the
It
weight.
was so heavy.
Was
I
it
thought
too heavy?
It was pulling my neck down.
Watching you at that press call this afternoon, I died laughing. You gave it such welly.
I know, didn't I?
You went like this. Bah!
I know.
I
turned into
you turned into Shirley Temple.
Yeah, I was Shirley Temple.
It was fantastic. Because it's a dressing room for one person, I had to have another place put in for me. I had a table lamp, like an old B&B. It was really depressing. What are you looking at?
Oh! Who's that?
Good luck, mate.
In his name, and keep alight the flame. The good shall win the game, so taking careful aim. The bullets find their mark, demand the right to doorbell rings. And yes, it's customers, time wasters, pedants, and geeks. Spend your salaries on them calories. Don't bother with barbiturates or anything like that, or anything like that. Just take a step and then another step, keep going and we'll soon be there. It's fair enough, I can't keep in the swim. I pour ice in sugar round the lavvy rim. Does make me wonder where I put the vim. My only cause, the one my heart espouses, find her and her ghastly blouses. And I double S, a big B
Next on Parkinson, a superstar of comedy, Peter Kay. The hugely popular Nicholas Lyndhurst. And everyone's favourite girl next door, Sandra Bullock.
Then at 11:15, it's the ITV Weekend News. And later at 11:30, Robert Redford stars in our romantic comedy, Legal Eagles. All here on ITV1.
Bye, girls. See you, bye. See you later. See you tomorrow.
Oh, my darling, I am so proud of you.